we're going to be talking about Orania today. The great and powerful Oranian Empire. Let me just scoot over here. Let's see if I can find Brave. No, you're supposed to maximize. Oh, never mind. Okay, where's Brave? There we go. And then Brave. Audio. Orania. Brave. There we go. Should be good now. Should be good. Can you guys see it all right? Is it fine? There we go. There we go. Nay? What's nay? You have to tell me what nay means. You can't just say nay. You have to give context. I don't know what you're talking about because I mentioned a lot of things. I just hope that the sound is all right. We'll play it and see what happens.
Wow. Guys, we are in the countryside.
That is loud.
In the countryside of South Africa. And actually, we're almost in the middle of the country.
In the desert-like Karoo region of the Northern Cape province, nestled along the tranquil banks of the Orange River, lies Orania. Founded in 1991, the settlement was born from a vision to create a haven for Afrikaners, a community seeking to preserve their culture, language, and way of life in a
Okay, so if you guys don't know what Afrikaners is, it's the name means no. Yeah, I know what it means, but I need context behind it. I need to know what you're saying no to. Anyways, the Afrikaners, they're primarily Dutch, German, and no offense back. Okay, primarily Dutch, German, and a little bit of French descendants, and they're like the indigenous white people of South Africa who arrived here like 400 or so years ago. I'm one of them. Okay, I'm the fellow Afrikaner, genetically speaking. And we all speak Afrikaans as our primary cultural language. And we roll the R's, you know, we don't say we say r. Anyways, well, that's just a little bit of background information. So I think I'm in a unique position to commentate on this as the fellow Afrikaner VTuber. I'm pretty sure there's only like one other South African VTuber, the fish person thingy. I forgot her name, if I'm being honest. Katanya, there we go, that one. Anyways, it's moving on.
Rapidly changing nation. When a group of Afrikaners purchased this land, it was a barren ghost town. No economy, no infrastructure, just desert. But with grit and vision, they turned it around, laying water pipes, planting trees, and transforming it into a vibrant agricultural hub. Today, it's a self-sufficient community with its own schools, businesses, and even currency. But the town continued to spark debates on culture, identity, and what it means to live in modern-day South Africa.
Oh, by the way, with the currency, it's called the Ora, and it's tied to the South African rand, so it has a one-to-one trade value with it. And it's basically used kind of like a coupon, where you could exchange your rands for the Ora, which would only be accepted in Orania. So yeah, that's kind of how the currency there works.
So let's dive into Orania and see what makes this place.
And by the way, this whole place, completely self-sufficient, completely self-funded, privately. It has received, as far as I'm aware, exactly zero support from the ANC government in terms of any sort of development that's happened there.
So unique.
Oh, that's some good
Guys,
coffee.
we are in Orania. And meet.
Oh, Orania. Oh, that is going to be the most American pronunciation I've ever seen. What's the line of videos for today? It depends on how far we get. I at least want to get through this one and the latest Skybrowse AI video. If you can do more after that, we'll do more after that.
This is Joost. Joost, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Joost. I'm primarily concerned with the Orania idea, and that is my job.
You know, I read that the land was purchased in 1990, and the first settlements, the first residents started coming in 1991. Is that correct?
Yeah, purchased in 1991, and also the first people moved here in 1991, yes. We have a very interesting history.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Cape Colony was originally established as a halfway stop for ships going around the Africa route. Back then already there was farmers.
Hold up, lagged a bit.
Forefathers.
The lag? That might be on your end. My seems
did
fine.
not want to be under the old...
Yes, I did answer the question. I said that I want to get through this one and the latest Skybrowse video, and if we have time, I'll do more videos after that. But I'm really tired, really hot, so I don't know how many we'll get through today. And then on the weekend, I'll hopefully either Saturday, Sunday, or at least by Monday latest. I want to get through another session of Uma Musume.
Most dictatorial, authoritarian control of the Dutch government, and they moved away, and they became something called free burgers, free citizens, farming and then supplying food. We were always freedom-loving people since that. And
Yeah.
after that,
Even
the
more
war
so
with
than
the
Americans.
British followed, and in all that, we always tried to revive our love for freedom, our wishes in that regard.
Can you give us a little tour?
I can do that.
First, Joost showed us some residential construction and the technologies they use.
So what you'll see behind me is a house built of straw bales. So what they do is they make a cement foundation, and then they have iron poles up, and then they put the straw bales, build the
I think it actually might be steel, not iron.
walls of the house with the straw bales. It's cost effective, it's energy effective, it builds very quickly, it's from, you can say, recycled material. It's natural and it lasts very long. Over here we have an interesting brick. It's a brick that's created in Orania. It's a big brick, but inside
I've heard
it's
about these
empty.
bricks.
You can build very fast with it. We call it maxi stones. You'll see these houses are constructed with it. It's built in Orania, so it's one of our products that we produce here in order to achieve fast construction.
And the reason why they're constructing it so fast is because I think this town has like one of the highest growth rates in any city in South Africa. I think it's like above 10% annually. I could be mistaken. That, and also just for the fact that they want to be self-sufficient, you will always have businesses, university, schools, municipality buildings, and whatever stuff like that is always being constantly constructed and upgraded in this town.
Interesting fact about this house: it was constructed by an all-female construction team.
Oh yeah, you guys have heard about the whole all-female women teams, the complete DI hire nonsense in America that basically goes nowhere. Here in South Africa, the all-Afrikaner female teams can actually get stuff done. Look at this absolutely beautiful home, made only by women. I wouldn't mind marrying one of those.
Very progressive here in Orania. Orania's current population is about 3,000 inhabitants, with the growth rate of between 12 and 15% every
12 and 15? Okay, that's actually a lot more than I expected. I thought it was like around 10%, so obviously the rate at which it's growing is a lot bigger. And so maybe in I don't know, 5 years, we could potentially see the population doubling.
year. Something that's interesting is the average age is about 35.
Okay,
And
so
we've got our training institutions, both secondary and tertiary, as well as preschool education, quite big. So you've got a lot of kids in Orania, which is important. We incentivize homeowners to put up solar systems to add to our grid, and we buy it back. So I think we buy back per kilowatt hour about R1.50. The municipality that pays the second best is Cape Town, and they pay 80 cents. So I think we're the municipality in the country that pays the best for people generating electricity, private homeowners. This was constructed.
which is, by the way, really cool if you think about how in vast majorities of South Africa, you're mostly the one who's doing the paying. And electricity has gotten really, really expensive here. Like, it's just risen up, doubled over the last couple of years. And so the fact that you can put up solar panels, because it's very sunny over there, so you can get quite a lot of mileage out of solar panels, and also it also gives you independence from the government. They don't exactly have their own coal station, so the fact that you can actually sell extra electricity back to the place is really, it's really cool in my opinion. A couple extra side bucks from just sharing your resources that you've collected with your community. I think that's a big W.
By an elderly couple. They were 82 and 83 years old when they started building the house. This is the mentality of the type of person that's willing to relocate here. That's the way of thinking of people.
80 years and built your own home.
Want to live in
That's
Orania.
huge.
Orania is not always the easiest place to live. It's harsh weather and so on, things like that. So to make a reality out of it, you have to be tough as well.
At the time of the visit, they had 160 active construction sites.
That's
they
a
have
lot.
subsidized houses, and they have successful programs allowing people to become first-time homeowners.
I got confused. I went to this local coffee shop and I got rand, right? The South African currency, but I saw other people using other currencies. So what's going on?
Yeah.
Is
We
the
will
Ora.
take South African currency, but we do prefer our own. It's illegal in South Africa to compete with the rand, but it's not illegal to create a coupon, back it with rands that you put in the bank.
Also, I love how they use the phi symbol for their quote unquote currency. Like I bet if it wasn't for the legislation in South Africa preventing them from making a competing currency, they probably would make an official currency. But I love the symbol that they used, phi, which is basically looks like an O, which one would then associate with Orania. I think was a pretty clever choice of symbolism.
Which gains a lot of interest, right? Because it's just laying in the bank, and just do all your business with your own coupon. Secondly, no one is going to put a gun to your head to rob you because they can't use the oras anywhere else.
Outside of
Orania.
your town, yeah.
So if you steal the oras here, you have to use it here, and we are going to catch you very soon, right?
Yeah, there's also basically no crime
putting
here.
all the rands that's backing it in the bank and gaining an interest. Yearly we gain interest. We use that interest as a revenue to develop commerce in Orania. By the Chamber of Commerce, they train entrepreneurs, they empower entrepreneurs and things like that. We had a commercial bank that visited Orania in the 90s. And then Absa stopped coming to Orania, and we had to make a plan. So one of the elderly guys in town, he said, listen, gents, if you get paid with a check, give it to me once a month. I will drive with everyone's checks to Hope Town, the closest town. I will cash all the checks and I'll bring back the cash. And suddenly he had a lot of people's money in his hands, and he said, whoa, we need to formalize this. And as grace from above would have it, Uncle Ter Schumann at this stage, an actuary who left a big bank in South Africa, moved to Orania, and the two of them started a credit union to act as a bank. Now, the Reserve Bank of South Africa saw this, and they developed new laws to help empower traditional communities, rural areas in South Africa, and they was looking at Orania as a model.
Only Afrikaans with... I butchered that, hold on. Only Afrikaans with useful skills, no Africans at all. Entire town is prosperous. Yes, the entire town is prosperous, only Afrikaners, and it's got a really nice young population, a high percentage of homeowners. The banks actually give you money instead of taking it. There's basically no crime. What did the world mean by this? I think it's less about the fact that, white people do it, white people get things done. It's more the fact that homogenous religious cultures are the cornerstone of a functioning society. And if you live in this multicultural melting pot that is the rest of South Africa, you can basically never get done because it's just ripe for corruption and just really volatile relationships between a lot of people. And so that is why I'm a big advocate for people's right to self-determination, whether it be on the identity of their culture, ethnicity, or even religion.
And OSK, Orania Savings and Credit, as a cooperative bank started. What does this mean? It means every person with an account at this bank is a shareholder. The people of Orania owns the Bank of Orania, a very unique model.
There's no Rothschilds in Orania, people. Nix Rothschilds in Orania. I think after they bombed Iran and Venezuela, they're going to come for us next, boys. We better fort up. Wait, wrong word. It's invasive. Yes, you don't need any invasive people.
Liaison with other communities, for example,
you don't need immigrants.
Xhosa community in the Eastern Cape, traditional community who wants more independence, as well as the Barulong people close to Bloemfontein, all traditional black communities, and they've specifically been looking at the Orania model in general, but specifically at the bank.
Right. Which, by the way, is a good thing. It's not like they're trying to exile themselves and close themselves off from the other communities and other races and cultures because they hate them, but rather because they want to protect their own culture and identities. And what comes out of that is you have other cultural groups that look at Orania and see what they're doing, like, okay, how can we incorporate this into our own level of self-sufficiency, which I think is probably the best model. If you have such a multicultural country like South Africa is right now, it's better to let them have the best, or I suppose the biggest extent possible of self-sovereignty. That's, I think, the only way you're ever going to have any sort of unity in a country like this.
Right, so this is our safety and security building. They have got a small permanent staff. It's a registered security company. But what they do that makes them very unique is the amount of people in Orania that's willing to volunteer for things is phenomenal. People are involved in the community. So it's people who take time off from their businesses, from their jobs, take leave, to train, to serve in safety and security teams, in firefighting teams, in water rescue teams, in medical teams, to
That's
support
huge.
the efforts of what's going on here at Orania Safety and Security Services. We have a medical center, we have got 2 general practitioners, we've got nurses, a blood laboratorium, giving good medical care to our people. We also established this helicopter landing pad if there's critical patients to be flown to big hospitals. To your left, you will see our electric public transport arriving.
Oh, nice.
So that little bus runs on electricity. For 9 rands or 9 ora, it will take you anywhere in the town. And
That's huge. Okay, just to give you a comparison, if I want to go down, say 2 or 3 like blocks, they would charge me about 40 bucks rands. Here they're charging 9. That's almost like a quarter of the price, and it's anywhere. So if I want to travel like a large distance from here to like another suburb or something, it can probably like on a bad day, depending how far I would go, probably cost me like 100 bucks, and they would do it for 9 rand. So can you imagine? It's basically 1/10 of the price to go somewhere in this bus than it would be on like any other transport system. What? They don't pray to the African God of rain to stop the fires? No, they put the fire out themselves. But can you imagine that? Wonder how frequently it runs. If I took a bus there, it would add over an hour to my travel time compared to driving. I think that is a very good question, the actual frequency of the bus runs. Because, like, if it only runs, say, like every 6 hours, it could potentially add a lot of time to your traveling, depending on when you need to travel. Like, if you are traveling to work and everyone is traveling to work on the bus at 6 a.m. and then coming back at, like, I don't know, 4 p.m., then it's not so much of a big deal because everyone's going in the same destination. But if you're going for 2 different destinations, and if the times are not in a, very consistent, then it could add a couple of hours to your travel time. But for what it is, it's really cheap. Like, oh, I'm trying to think now. How much? It's about half a dollar. Yeah, it's about 50 cents to drive you anywhere in the entire town, which is, it's really cheap.
it works also with an app that is locally coded. In our city development plan, we don't want an empty CBD. So part of our development, for example, here, we combine on the bottom half is office space, on the top half is student housing. So what does that mean? It means that there's always people. During the day, you have people in the offices, and during night, people are sleeping in their accommodation, the students.
Interesting.
We don't want to build a big grey city like Johannesburg. We want to build a city that's alive.
When it comes to economy, Orania's focus on agricultural technologies, such as drip and pivot irrigation, has
I mean, of course, right? They're Afrikaners. They're naturally going to be farmers. This doesn't surprise me one bit. I wish this place doesn't get a bunch of Africans immigrating with the reason to diversify. No, I hope so not. I hope not either. I also hope the same doesn't happen to other indigenous, self-sufficient communities that are from, say, the African side. Like, I don't want a bunch of Zulus, immigrating into the Xhosa spaces, and I don't want vice versa to happen. I want each and every culture to be able to be self-sufficient and self-sovereign. I think it's $2.50 for a bus fare here, or $5 per day pass. So now imagine paying 1/5 of that price, and it's anywhere in the entire city.
allowed them to cultivate crops like olives, wheat, maize, citrus fruits, macadamia, and pecan nuts successfully.
Ooh,
Can
I
you
like pecan
believe
nuts.
they're exporting their pecan nuts all the way to China? The town's solar energy projects have reduced reliance on external power infrastructure.
Hey, my name is Rian Jacobs, the Executive Director of Warasol. Warasol is a community company owned by the residents of Orania. From the beginning, Orania had a dream of independence, and one of them is our energy independence.
And the ultimate goal is to be off the grid. These are long-term investments, you can tell. So to buy and install all of this is 50 million rand.
Today they manufacture and export
Dang.
solar panels, and their 1.25 megawatt solar setup shows Orania's serious commitment to sustainability.
And by the way, this is all privately funded. All these systems and services exist completely independent of the government. No government funding, no subsidies, all done by the people of the city.
I mean, they're really harnessing the power of the sunny Karoo. Beyond that, Orania's economy also thrives on home construction, brick, cement, and aluminum production, and even service-based sectors like a local coal center. Because Orania embraces a policy of self-reliance, everyone does their own work, avoiding the hiring of outside workers. Yes, they roll up their sleeves and get things done themselves.
Based.
In Orania, people don't just rant on social media or yell at the news. They sit down and have actual discussions about how to run things. Can you imagine living in a place where your opinion actually matters? Need old age homes? Check. Subsidized housing? Check. Electric public transportation? Check. Recycling? Check. Would you like an Olympic-sized swimming pool? Sure.
Can't you imagine if the entire government of, like, nations functioned like this? Can you imagine if America functioned like that? You know that meme of, like, X if Y wasn't in the way and it's just this, like, utopia image? Yeah, that's the meme I'm thinking of right now.
Compared to most of us just shouting into the void, this feels like real democracy.
Hello, guys.
But think of the billionaires.
Orania's municipal swimming pool. It's something that you will not really see in South Africa anymore. The municipal swimming pools in South Africa has gone to complete destruction. It's actually very sad. We maintain this with our own money. We've recently upgraded the pump system. The nice and blue that you see of the water, we've got nice filtration going on. This is we're very proud of this. You know, it's a place
I can
where
imagine.
people of the community can come and enjoy themselves. Because the people of Orania are hardworking.
That's a nice pool.
The ability to swim here and enjoy yourself.
And they've got a kiddie section.
It's a nice method of relaxation. Now and then we have swimming competitions here. Our water rescue guys for the river, they can come and train here.
Oh, that looks nice.
1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Imagine your community just one day said, hey guys, we're going to build a pool for everyone. And then they build this poof. Big pool. Wow. That sounds awesome.
Okay.
By the way, the entrance to the pool on Sundays is free because they're a Christian community and they don't do business on Sundays.
Based. 110% based. I think it's just, part of the Afrikaans culture is to be Reformed Christian. It just goes with the identity. So you'll see a lot of Christian principles and practices in the everyday life of an Afrikaner community like this.
We'll see that a lot of roads in Orania are still gravel roads. And some of the roads even have potholes in them. And people say, well, what's the difference between Orania's potholes and the ANC government's potholes? I said, there's a big difference. We don't have gravel roads because money was stolen or there was corruption. We have gravel roads because we thought about it to tar it, but we also realized that it's more than 3 to 4 million rand per kilometer to
That's
tar the
huge.
roads, which will not give us any economic return on that investment. It will be nice, but things that will bring economic return on investment is high-speed internet. So now we install, in all new construction, all new plots, we install the ability to connect fiber optic cables. So we prioritize things
nice.
that will grow our economy above things that are cosmetic, like tar roads.
Can you imagine if your government did that? Prioritize pragmatic and practical stuff instead of just pure cosmetic virtue signaling nonsense? Wow. Imagine the world if that happened.
So it's fine, people can drive on these gravel roads, we will maintain them and so on. But in the end, we must, in the short term, in the medium term,
Meanwhile,
we must
I'm
do
till
things
5
that will grow up.
Coming to your community this year for 5 years. Well, if you guys just, got together like Orania, you would just do it yourself.
Our economy, that's more important. Because of the fact that Orania has got a lot of solar power that we use, it is a very inexpensive way. So you can charge your scooter from solar power, and then you can drive around in the community. If you have a construction business, for example, you can have one team with painters. They can travel around with their painting suppliers, another team with some bags of cement, and people can travel around doing business, going places, but they drive electrically and charge it with solar power. A very, very cheap way to get about.
No, it's not
We don't
red.
have something that most South African towns have, and that's a township. So there's no one kind of casted out of the community that just comes in for economic reasons, just to be used for work, right? But we also don't have a super rich neighborhood. You will literally see subsidized housing next to very nice houses. It's a very interesting thing. I think Orania is the only town in the country maybe that's got a mixture of subsidized housing and the housing of successful people right next to one another. So
That's pretty
because
interesting.
we have a shared goal. There's a connectiveness between people. They sit on the same church benches, they go to the same schools, and things like that, which is interesting.
They take sports seriously in Orania.
Of course.
Every Wednesday, the Orania Athletics Club, they do a 4-kilometer or 8-kilometer time trial, giving athletes from as young as, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old to up to into their 70s sometimes people come to do the 4 or 8-kilometer time trial, to keep up with their fitness, to run with other runners, other joggers, and to enjoy the community. Healthy body hosts a healthy mind.
I've noticed
True,
a lot
true,
of young
true.
guys are so athletic. How often do they visit the gym?
Probably a lot, but also the fact that everyone in Orania works physically hard, you know.
Do you notice something, guys? Not a single hog in the entire community. Ain't nobody over 150 kilos. No Americans in sight. Not one bit does the city look like what I expect from Africa. Well, that's because you have a culturally and religious monogamous society with a common goal of creating a good community for themselves. And this is what you get.
So I'm gonna hop in there for the photo quickly, and then I'll see you now.
Brought one some water.
So this is our local gym. Very active sports culture. There's also personal training, so people preparing for whether that be for races or recently a lady prepared for an Ironman. They have the facilities here to train for that.
Oh, nice.
Do you consume any alcohol at all?
We let that choice to people. If they want to enjoy a beer or two, definitely. That's not centrally regulated. We as Afrikaners, we can have a good party, and we like dancing
That is
and things
true.
like that. So actually,
Can
the gym
confirm.
used to have its own little bar. So
Really?
when people participate here, you can have a beer on tap, sit down there, and watch the people.
I probably come to the gym like every second day, not every day, because I eat the days I don't come to the gym. So I'm a student at BKU in Orania, yes. So I'm studying.
The least
farming
buff
management.
Afrikaner
Tell
student,
me
by
what
the
you
way.
like about this community.
You know, it's quiet. People know each other. All the people, you know, they call it kuier. People kuier. You know, and it's a vibe. It's always a jol.
Keier is a
It's always
visit.
something to do. And if you need, you call someone next to you, so they help you quickly.
Okay, I'm Anna-Marie.
Nice to meet you. So how often do you come to the gym?
Every day, I work here.
How long have you lived in Orania?
She's buffer than me.
I would say a year and a half, maybe. Yeah, like a year and a half.
You like it here?
Yes, I like it here. It's very peaceful, quiet, safe. I mean, sometimes 10 o'clock at night, I can just walk around.
Wow, imagine walking 10 o'clock at night in the middle of the highest crime-rated country in the world, if not one of the top ones, and you're completely safe. Imagine that. I literally imagine mud concrete blocks with either no paint or faded paint, traffic everywhere, street vendors, broke people would rob you, trying to help, etc. That's the rest of the country. It's not Orania.
Right.
Women alone.
So there's not
Well,
really a
that's just-
security issue here.
No. We sleep with
okay.
our doors open in the night. So
Very cool, very
it's
cool.
The only place you can do
I
that
like
in.
it.
Do you plan to stay in Orania
Yeah.
for a
yeah,
long time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
peaceful. I like it here.
I propose a friendly competition between our two guests. So maximum effort pull-ups, and I want fair.
Can you imagine, a reporter goes anywhere in America. It's like, hey, can you grab the soda and burger for me? Yeah, sure, I'll help you out. Reporter goes to Orania. All right, dude, time to bench.
Clean reps, chin over the bar, all the way down, all the way up.
Time to do your
Right,
reps,
you guys
boys.
ready? Let's do it. Get on the bar and go. 1.
I'm impressed.
Yo.
Hey, you did at least 20 there.
Let's go. One more.
Also, I'm at an engineer saying,
12!
hey, some of our burgers get pretty heavy with how big they are. People run, cry, fall.
Why don't you jump on the back? Okay, we are starting a YouTube channel, but we have Instagram at this moment. The name is the Bratwa. We do cool stunts like, you remember the scene in Grown Ups where they went off a tire? We did that a few weeks ago, and
Ooh.
we're gonna do also lots of upcoming videos, cool stunts and everything. It's our friend group and we're gonna do lots of cool stuff. So please come follow us.
Will it have, like, is everybody taking part a little bit?
Notice, all the dudes are buff. Not a single fat hog. Notice that.
Yes, everybody gets its whole punishment.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, it's
Good to
like a
see all, right?
yeah, it's like a group of boys, and we just do silly things. And on
I'll
the
just
videos
throw it
and
in the
Based.
description. Maybe somebody will want to follow you, okay?
stuff. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
What about crime? Crime?
There is
What's
no
that?
crime.
Orania's crime rates are so low, it's practically a crime how safe they are.
So in regards to crime, there's a lot of people who state, yeah, there's no crime in Orania. There's no place on earth with no crime, right? Obviously, no one is perfect. We're not in the heaven. But I think the two distinctions is Orania filters criminals out, people with a history of criminality, bringing down the criminal rate tremendously. And secondly, we don't use our taxpayers' money to keep people locked up if they commit crime in Orania. We just simply banish them from the town.
Based, by the way. Why are you guys over there in the other countries spending your taxpayers' money to give the guy a McDonald's Big Mac in jail after he robbed or killed someone? Just exile them. Put them in Guantanamo Bay. Simple as that.
And we have a right to do that. It's been tested.
You got a criminal
and
record?
We have a
Well, off
right
you go.
to remove someone's right to residency in Orania. Meaning that if you commit a crime here, you steal something, you know, you get asked to leave and, you know, you can go your merry way, but we are not going to use our local levies and taxes to pay to keep criminals in jail. So and the South African police knows about the people that commit crime here. There are people who commit crime here, and we try to handle it as good as we can.
It's the kind of place where you can actually sleep with your doors unlocked. Something
Wait. We pay tax to fund private prisons, and then the same prisons charge prisoners for their stay when they're let out and rearrest them to can't pay. That is so wild.
heard of in most of South Africa. And they can leave their car windows open.
That is
Residents
wow.
of Orania celebrate their own cultural holidays, like Day of the Vow, celebrated on December 16th. It commemorates the 1838 Battle of Blood River, where 464 Afrikaner voetrekkers defeated the Zulu army of 25 to 30,000 soldiers.
400 versus the 20 to 30,000 boys. Absolute total Zulu annihilation. Total Afrikaner victory.
Many Afrikaners see it as a defining moment in their history, believing that God gave them favor in the battle. We met a group of boys who were making a video practicing the vow of the Battle of Blood River.
Basically, it's like a prayer almost.
Hier staan ons voor die heilige God van hemel en die aarde om 'n gelofte aan hom te doen dat as hy ons beskerm en ons vyand in ons hand sal gee.
Ons die dag en die datum elke jaar as 'n dankdag soos 'n Sabbat tot sy eer sal deurbring.
En dat ons 'n huis sal oprig tot sy eer waar dit hom behaag.
En dat ons ook aan ons kinders sal sê dat hulle met ons daaraan moet deel tot nagedagtenis ook vir die opkomende geslagte.
Dat die eer van sy naam verheerlik word deur die roem en die eer van oorwinning aan hom te gee.
Tell me why you
Amen to that one, boys. Amen.
like living in Orania. What do you like about it?
Ek sou definitief sê vir die veiligheid en om by ons eie mense te bly.
Okay, there is
ons
subtitles,
eie
so I don't need to
volk, met
translate.
ons eie tradisies. Ek sou definitief sê vir die vryheid.
And of course, being a Christian community, they go big for Christmas and Easter with family feasts and church services.
Based.
Used took us to Monument Hill, which holds deep cultural and historical significance for Orania.
So we are currently on
This is kind of like our Mount Rushmore.
Monument Hill. Monument Hill is kind of a way that we understand our history and our future simultaneously in one thing. The idea here is that we have a half circle of monuments from our history. Now, you must note, none of these busts that you see here, we bought, none of them, we made none of them. All of them is either refugees, they've been thrown away elsewhere, or they've been donated. We put them up in a half circle behind this figure, so we put them up in a half circle because they are in the past. None of them are alive anymore, none of them play an active role in politics anymore, but it is part of our past. No nation on earth is only good, no nation on earth is only bad. We have good and bad in our history, like everyone else. We put them in a half circle behind this one. They cannot see into the future, they cannot see over the edge of the hill, but they are part of our history. However, in the center, front and center, we put this man. It's a young boy.
He's the
And as you
mascot.
can see, he's rolling up his sleeves. right? So why does he roll up his sleeves? He rolls up his sleeves to work. We have a saying in Orania, no one is coming to save us. No one is coming here to save us and give us the future that we want to build. We need to build it ourselves, obviously with grace from God, but through our own labor. Own labor, own institutions, and own land is the founding principles of Orania, and this guy embodies it. He's getting ready to work, creating his own future. You will also see him on our flag. It's Orania's national symbol. So he can see over the hill. He is the little giant is his name. So he's still small, he's still young, but the potential is gigantic. So he's the little giant.
I like that.
And
That's
that
awesome.
is the story of the little giant
It's a very
standing
good
in front
mascot.
of these historical figures. And if people around South Africa go and they attack our monuments, our busts, we say bring it here. Let's put more and more here. We can do more and more half circles. Yeah, if you guys look, you will see that this is the typical Karoo habitat. You'll see rocks. It is rocks, it is hard ground, it is hard thorns and bushes. And to tame that, to build in here, to make this green is a very big effort.
It's
But
basically
we chose
desert.
this part of the country for us because no one else is living here. It is basically an empty space because it's uninhabitable. People don't necessarily want to live here. It's the most scarcely populated part of South Africa, is the Karoo. So we chose that to become a majority in our own area, to have our own place. We legally bought the ground, the land here, and we bought more farms as we had money. And we want to build a city for 10 to 15,000 people, but we want to build a rural city. We are rural people. We are people of the earth, of the land. So we don't want to build an empty, big, grey Johannesburg CBD or a center of New York. We want to build a city in terms of services and products and things like that, but we want it to be rural and full of nature.
Base, by the way. No more of the soul-sucking grey cubes that I've seen everywhere inside CBDs. Return to Monkey. Return to form.
For the night, we stayed at one of the local hotels. It was very inexpensive.
Ooh, trampolines.
What a peaceful, beautiful place this is, you know. Let's go get some food.
I recommend the spare rib and rump because we Afrikaners, we love our meat, our red meat.
Oh, if you guys have ever been to a braai, the Afrikaners, we love the meat. 100%, we love the meat.
So that's 400 grams of pork and then 200 grams of beef.
So that's like just over half a kilogram of food.
Brother. Cheers. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I see you having a good time here.
Yes, always.
What brings you over here?
Well, I'm servicing some customers in the area. I'm in the agricultural game, so it's a little bit dark now, but the wheat is in the harvesting stage, so there's a lot of harvesters running around, so I'm visiting some customers. Yeah, I always stay here. If you're from Joburg, the hustle and bustle and the concrete jungle, this is quite relaxing and soothing, and we call it in Afrikaans pitkos. It's
pit food.
What is it? Seed for thought. Relaxing your mind and all that.
With the lake view? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's actually the river, eh? It's the Vaal River. It's one of our biggest rivers in South Africa.
So I want to take a swim in there.
2 days and then off to the concrete jungle again.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Enjoy your stay in South Africa, eh?
Thank you, thank you.
That does look really peaceful. Oh, here comes the food, boys.
So I was told this is the most Afrikaner dish on the menu. That
oh, well, let's see. We got some of those tomatoes. We got some feta cheese. We got some cucumber. We got, I don't quite tell what this is. It might be a yogurt type of dish. And then we got 600 grams of meat.
There's a rib and a ribeye steak. They call it rump. It's been a while since I had a steak.
That steak and ribs came to just $11, and beer
$11. That's cheap.
Was $1.6 a bottle. All of that for the price of a parking ticket? What a deal.
Oh, whoa, pause. Excuse me? You guys are paying $11 for a parking ticket? Like to park your vehicle like a mall? You guys are paying $11? That's actually insane. It's like $2 here after your first hour. It does look really yummy, though.
Well, another day. Good morning, guys.
Okay. Depends the thing, man. $50? That's too rich for my blood. Oh, look,
Wow,
the geese!
such beauties. And it's 7 in the morning. And we
Look,
just
Red,
got
it's the
exploring
Umas.
town. How you doing, horses? I don't want to spook you, okay?
One horse, many geese.
Wow. There's more horses, wow.
For breakfast, we went to a local restaurant.
Well, guys, I'm a little bit hungry. Let's go have breakfast.
Ooh. Hold on. Actually, we'll read this menu. Coffee, iced coffee, so it's a coffee, iced coffee. There's a whole lot of coffees. And then there's brookies, which is basically bread. Biltong camembert. That's a combination I have to try. Tech brookie, Oreo frappe. Oh, that's got some really good stuff and cheap too.
So when I ordered a big cappuccino, I had no idea it was gonna be this big.
That's so big.
Yes, look, my fist. It's bigger than that.
That's a real
This is
cappuccino.
for me, wow.
Let's see what David has to say.
Oh, the good booty and pop. Actually, just heaven right there.
About the food.
So what do you think about Papa Wars?
Yo, brother, I know it's like in the morning, but I'm telling you, you come to an African place like this, you need to have pop or surprise, something like that, you know.
Whoa.
And
It
it's
looks so
really,
good, yeah.
It's really nice, actually.
Goedemorgen. Hoe gaat het?
Het gaat goed en met jou?
By donkey. So it's easy to remember how to say thank you. It's literally by a donkey, which sounds like by a donkey.
Or you can just say donkey for short. I'll give him that. That was a creative way to remember it.
Karel Boscher joined us for some morning coffee. He's the former leader of Orania.
Good morning.
Hey, good
Ready
morning.
for some coffee?
Absolutely, that's the best idea.
Let's do it.
I'm Karel Boshoff. I live in Orania for the past 30 or so years since we started Orania. In actual fact, my father was a founder member with other people as well of this town of Orania with a much bigger idea of just being a town.
Make it a nation.
This tries to be an answer to the Afrikaner people who are marginalized within the broader South Africa under present circumstances. Afrikaner's position has become extremely precarious. So we had this concept of concentration. We need to concentrate in an area where the demographic competition is not that large. We are a relatively small people. South Africa has 65 million people.
I think it's like 70 million now.
We are less than 2 million. We have been in a very dominant position, and therefore we are not very much loved by many South Africans, historically speaking, for obvious reasons. At this stage, we need to look after ourselves. We need a place to look after ourselves in every way, culturally, linguistically, economically,
religiously
safety, politics. We need to look after ourselves, and that's a reason why we have established Orania and why we have a big ambition that Orania must grow much bigger than it is at this moment and be an alternative for Afrikaners who are spread not only over all South Africa at the moment, but all over the world.
I actually wonder what would happen if, outside of the natural growth of like 12 to 15% per year, if they'll get like immigrants from other Afrikaner communities. I wonder how fast it could grow then. There's like, I think, what, 2 million of them? You could make a small nation out of that.
Now, there's a lot of misconception about Orania, and some people try to present it as whites-only town.
It's a matter of lazy thinking. People come to South Africa where your whole preconception is that of white and black and so on, and then you see a town that's mainly white, and you think, what's going on here? You see 1,000 towns that's only black, but you don't ask yourself what's going on there, because that's the majority of the population. But it's lazy thinking, because it's not a matter just of white and black in South Africa. It's a much more complex matter of cultures, of languages, of finding a way to live. We've been in South Africa for the past 400 years. We try to sustain that, and we try to answer to the question, how do you do that? And you don't do it racially. You do it by defining yourself culturally and cooperate with others. Both those.
It's how Europe
we
did it for
in
thousands of
Orania
years.
Cooperate with other communities, black and brown and whatever you find. And Orania understands itself as such a cultural community that recognize other cultures and peoples and respect them and go around in a constructive way, establishing relations. Afrikaners are mainly European, not exclusively, but mainly European. We seem sort of white when people look at us, but there's a lot of variation around us. We are culturally defined. We are a community. We interact with others.
How do you see Orania in the next 10 years?
Quite obviously, if you just follow the line of growth at the moment, we are growing.
Wait, hold up. So just like a couple of years back in 91, it was 13, and then it was 550, 600,000. So in just like 10 years ago, it tripled in size. So like if we extrapolate that, and because, the rate's even going higher, it might even be triple, maybe even 6 times as many, like 2030, potentially reaching 10,000 or more.
Fastly, we might be 10,000 people by then, which means a different landscape, a different...
Hello.
Nothing given the sister was impressed with the mother today.
Okay, I'm back.
Cityscape, a different economy from the present, a lot of different things
Editor,
from the
edit that
present.
out.
And in 50 years, we might be a city of 350,000 people. We might have other similar towns to the present Orania forming part of a bigger area. I do see in the next 10 years Afrikaners waking up to the idea of concentration and self-responsibility.
Can you imagine? The Oranian Empire. The world would be so different then.
So it's a very enjoyable old bike, with which I traveled to Namibia, to Windhoek, 3,000 kilometers down and back, a solo trip.
Also a nice place to visit.
It's an extremely enjoyable thing to have.
Vroom, 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 vroom.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
What are you up to this morning?
Well, I'm a farmer and he's an insurance broker, and we're insuring the next crop we're going to plant, millies.
And how's the deal going?
No,
Is he going to redo it?
yeah, he's going to redo it. We've been doing business for quite a couple of years now, so yeah.
Good stuff.
Yes.
I hope everything goes well for you. Thank you.
So much.
Awesome. Hope it goes well for them too.
My name is Leon.
Ooh,
I've
Leon,
been in
hello.
Orania since 2020. I love living
So he's been here for 5
We
years.
do everything I own, so we're proud of what we do. It's very peaceful, very quiet. There's no problems or any how can I say, things happening. Obviously, we do have our small little crime maybe sometimes, but not major stuff. And yeah, it's just very peaceful. Everybody knows each other. Everybody
As
greets
communities
each
should
other.
be.
So it's very, very nice. It's
What,
very peaceful.
what makes it a fun place to live? Like you would say, hey, it's a small town, it's got to be boring. So is there much stuff to do here?
Unfortunately, at this moment, not really. Obviously, there's a couple of restaurants. We've got the river, the Orange River running past. So either go fishing or you can go kayaking on the river.
Kayaking is really fun.
There's not a lot of other places. We've got a gym as well that you can also do some exercises. But there's a lot of small clubs, like a squash club and that sort of thing, that you can do some sports and that sort of thing. You can do running, hiking. You can also do mountain biking as well. There's a lot of guys coming in with mountain bikes and do the roads
Sounds fun.
and that sort of
Can't
thing.
ride one though.
You can keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
You know, with positive sport and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Perfect.
I'd head for the swimming pool personally. Swimming pool in the morning with a good booty. Woo. Now we're talking.
Hi, Mr. Slava. Welcome to Orania Uber. And today I'll be your chauffeur for the day.
All right, let's get going then.
Nice. It's like the Poke Mobile, but like miniature.
Good job.
I think that's a church over there. Oh, look at these.
So many things going on. This is awesome. Now you want some coffee, right?
Yes.
How many do you have?
Only 2. Going to go.
Good stuff.
Drinking from the coffee shop,
Yeah.
how are you?
Yes, yes. Yes or no?
I'm here again, still, but now I'm going to the farm and then.
Yeah. What seems to be the most popular drink around here?
So, in Afrikaans, it's the Stasi coffee. So it's condensed milk coffee, and then we also take it with a double shot espresso.
So in the old days, when
that sounds
people were
delicious.
traveling by train, yeah, especially here in this area, which is empty, there's not a lot of stops and so on. You would get a station coffee when you stop at the train station, and that is a coffee with condensed milk, nice and sweet, and just lifting the morale a bit, traveling here through the Karoo.
39. Okay, so we got 30, we got 40.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Stasi coffee it is.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's
it's very
delicious.
sweet. It's condensed milk because.
And you wonder why they put in a double shot, because it's just how sweet it tastes. But I bet it's really nice though. I probably wouldn't even put any sugar in there.
So I'm from the Orania Chamber of Commerce. In 2021, we launched the Dia Ora, which is the digital Ora transaction.
Oh, we
from
got crypto
peer-to-peer
now. Nice.
is free. And then when I sign in, I can use my fingerprint. Over here, I've got all my beneficiaries that I can use to pay. This is my QR code. If I want to receive money, I can go and I can send this to
A circle QR code, answer first.
to Joost. We can go inside and order a coffee. It's gaan sommer Stasi coffee. Press here and I give the verification to pay. So the app itself was
Seems convenient.
designed and built locally here in Orania,
And obviously it only works in Orania because they're the only place that accepts Aura. If your phone gets stolen, no one can use your balance. It's pretty nice.
it's obviously a project of the Orania Chamber of Commerce.
All right, guys, so one of the fun things you can do is drive this electric thing. It's actually custom made here in Orania, okay? So
I want my
all
own
this on
little
top of this is
Orania
all
mobile.
custom made. So yeah, this is like country living. There's like a wheat field in the back, and there's like swimming pools. There's so much facilities. I think for kids, it's just a perfect place to grow up. It's completely
Yes.
safe. Whoa. Ah. You can see everything's clean, nice, no rubbish.
Oh yeah, did you notice that, guys? Not a single piece of trash in that entire city.
We then got invited to visit a farm with horses, and I like horses.
My name is Eric. This is my daughter, Chrissy. We've been in Orania now 10 years.
I actually think I might know her, unironically.
And we moved here for various reasons. Safety, freedom. Freedom is a long-going So yeah, that's what we're here, and we're happy.
Okay, and I've noticed you have some horses.
Yeah,
So
no.
how many you have so far?
Ask her.
How many?
I think we have 17 and then one on the way.
It started off
so
with,
they'll have 18 horses
a
now.
therapy. It was a therapy. It started with therapy for children, and I think a lot of we've got a lot of.
Okay, I think I actually might know who this person is because I've got a friend who is into, I think it's called equine therapy, which is like basically horse therapy for kids. So I think I actually might know these people.
No, not a lot of people.
I
We
won't
have
say
like
anymore.
Children in
I don't
town,
wanna
like in
get
any
doxed.
other town, any part of thing, and it's actually amazing to see the outcome after a year or 2 or 3, what happens and stuff. Because a horse doesn't ask you why you're different or why you're down, or why it just absorbs all the energy, and it feeds back good positive energy. And then my daughter Chrissy, she does show jumping. She's doing very well, extremely well. And we're going in December for a show jumping course down to White River. It's a better part of South Africa,
Hope they
the
did
northern
well.
part. And we're taking some of the children from the school, from the question school, along with us to give them some better training as well. So it's become a bigger business than what we anticipated. We have a modeling school, then we've got the equestrian school, we got a dog training school, we got a coffee shop. We have a yearly extravaganza, it's like a modeling show, but a bit more on the acting side as well. You know, you can say, give the kids something, but what do you give them? You replace a bad habit with a good habit, and that's what our philosophy is. And it's not.
I just want to take out a random guess. There's probably 0 children with ADHD or autism there. Wild guess. And I bet there's no one there who's gay, or trans, or non-binary. Just throwing it out there. I think that would be a good hypothesis to have.
Not a money-making thing. Reward is not always money. Reward is the pleasure and the joy of people that receive it on the other side. That's the way we see it. And,
good
if you
outlook.
have a horse, you'll never have money. If you have 18 horses, you'll never, ever have money. So, yeah, it's a lot of business, but it's community-based. We have geese, ducks, chickens. It's a sanctuary. We've got turkeys. The sanctuary for people from the city. They don't know it anymore. So.
This is Roagkruis.
Also, I like how she's basically 6 feet tall. She's basically as tall as her dad.
She is.
Oh, that's a good
Black Beauty
horsey.
of the place. This one, her name is Just Do It because she has a Nike sign on her neck. Very cute.
See, there's the Nike swoosh. So that's where the name comes from. Just Do It. So she's expecting a week or 2.
He is quite the pride of the place. Very beautiful. And we just backed him a few months ago. Very exciting to go and have a future with him. Very exciting. He is very naughty, if I can say that.
Creasy showed me all their 17 horses, each with a unique
Nice.
personality and story.
Bro, look at bro. He's got a fresh cut. He's looking very handsome.
Some were rescues, now thriving with love and care of this family.
Makes me miss my chickens. I feel you, man. I feel you.
And then it was my turn to try Pappenwurst.
Oh, first time trying Pappenwurst. Taste buds about to explode.
The creamy pop balances the bold, spiced flavor of the sausage perfectly, and the rich tomato gravy makes it a hearty, delicious meal. Can I have some more?
By the way, you don't call it a sausage. Okay, that's the one rule. You don't call the Wurst a sausage, and you don't call the braai a barbecue. You don't do that. You don't call the biltong jerky. Okay, you don't do that.
What are some fun things to do in Orania? Explore the Afrikaner heritage at the Orania Museum. Go fishing or bird watching along the Orange River. Do some sports, play some rugby, go swimming or cycling. If you need to unwind, Orania hotels boast spas where you can relax with massages and pampering treatments.
I like that idea. Hard day's work. Go, spend an hour gymming with the bros. Cycling, go swimming. And then after it, you get some nice Pappenwurst and coffee and you go and get a massage at the hotel. Sounds like good living.
Shop for some locally made crafts, souvenirs, delicious biltong, and freshly baked bread. Zip around town and fields in electric vehicles. You can also take a tour of the community farm and learn how Orania turned its arid land into thriving farmland. And that's...
It's like the magic of the Afrikaner. You can give us dirt, desert sand, rocks, it don't matter. We can make it grow.
that's what we did.
Tell me about the most common crops in this area.
Sure, over here we are quite fortunate. Got pecan trees, there at the back we've got our own olive trees, maize, cotton, you name it, all the cash crops we've got in the area. And then also if you go a little bit further, about say 120 kilometers from here, then we also have wine, grapes and so on.
It's so amazing, but it takes a lot of hard work. Nothing comes easy, okay? You gotta work hard. Now let me get out of there.
Orania certainly has a knack for stirring the pot when it comes to public opinion. Critics argue it's a predominantly Afrikaner-only enclave that goes against the spirit of a diverse rainbow nation of South Africa. Supporters, however, see it as a model of self-determination, sustainability, and cultural pride, comparing it to communities like the Amish, the Mennonites, indigenous reservations, or as a Russian, I can compare it to the old believers in Russia.
I didn't know the guy was Russian. Okay, that's a first for me.
The town actively
Certainly fits
engages
the
in
phenotype.
partnerships with other South African communities, including Xhosa, Tswana, and other groups. They have found common ground in agriculture, innovation, cultural preservation, and community banking. It's like...
Which, by the way, is how it should be done. Self-sovereign, monogamous, homogenic, cultural, ethnic groups being completely self-sufficient, self-sovereign, with ideas of trade, commerce, farming, etc. being shared between them. None of this like diversity melting pot nonsense that everybody wants you to do.
Like they're saying, sure, we're different, but let's get stuff done together. Nelson Mandela visited Orania in 1995. Mandela famously said, "I have come to Orania to say that we are one people, one country, and that we are all South Africans." In 2010, the president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, visited Orania.
He was a
that
clown.
He was warmly welcomed, and that Orania had interesting ideas, and that the Oraniers wanted a place to exercise their culture. So now I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Honderd ora.